So looking at a pretty intriguing move that was announced yesterday, the Billy Edwards, former quarterback at Maryland, announced his decision to transfer to Wisconsin. This is a guy that we talked about a lot last week when there were rumors popping up about him potentially. I believe he got some crystal balls to Michigan, which was an interesting situation there, as we understand Bryce Underwood coming in. But Billy Edwards is a guy with a lot of physical tools. And we both said it the other day, man, this is a guy who, we're not saying he's going to be a first-round pick or anything like that, but looks like a guy with some ability to potentially play at the next level, to stick around. Again, 6'4", 220, good completion percentage, 65% this year. But hopefully, if you're Wisconsin, surround him with a good offensive line, strong running game, and get things back on track. Probably a lot of a similar pitch as what they probably gave to Tyler Van Dyke last year when he came over from Miami. Obviously, Van Dyke tore his ACL early in the season, so that was out the window pretty early. But Billy Edwards, I like this pickup for Wisconsin.
Total overhaul, Wisconsin, of their passing game. So last year they had Phil Longo. They brought in Van Dyke. Van Dyke gets hurt. The passing game is one of the worst in the country for Wisconsin. Longo ends up getting fired. They bring in veteran Jeff Grimes, most recently at Kansas. He was previously at Baylor, BYU. He's somebody who's been around the block and has, he knows what he's doing out there. He's not somebody, it's not your young, hot coordinator that you're excited about, but this is somebody who is experienced and a steady hand, and he's only going to be as good as his quarterback. So once that move is secured and you feel good about who your coordinator is and what your vision is, you have to add the quarterback piece. And I think, what they thought they were getting with Van Dyke last year, obviously the injury, who can predict that? But you're getting that with Billy Edwards. He really reminds me of, we made this comparison before Wisconsin was even in the picture, that he just reminds us of Tyler Van Dyke. 6'4", 219. The size is almost identical. 4.4 shuttle in high school. Van Dyke was in that range, so quicker than you'd expect. This is somebody who's kind of your quintessential cold weather quarterback, that big body, that toughness. He brings an element as a short yardage runner, which Van Dyke didn't have. Van Dyke was not the most unathletic guy in the world, but Edwards is more athletic, 13 career rushing touchdowns, short yardage runner. Had a pretty good season at Maryland last year individually, third in the Big Ten in passing yards, 2,881 yards, 65% passer, 15 touchdowns, 9 picks. The yards per attempt was low. Maryland was not a dynamic downfield offense with 6.9 yards per attempt. You may see something similar like that with the Wisconsin. They're traditionally a ball control type of offense. We'll see how Grimes wants to do it, but you could see this being that kind of offense just because of the weather, because of the way the team likes to play. But Edwards fits that. He's going to get you short yardage with his running. He's going to protect the ball. He's going to keep you ahead of the sticks. Low 3-star from Virginia, originally signed with Wake Forest, goes to Maryland, played behind Talia. The season for Maryland wasn't that good this year, again, 4-8, but he played well. And I think he saw the writing on the wall with Malik Washington, highly touted quarterback, local quarterback, going to Maryland, blue chipper, multi-sport kid who's Maryland's really excited about. So he goes, he says, I'm not going to be stuck behind the next star. He originally was projected to Michigan, and maybe he saw in Michigan what he saw in Maryland, which is Michigan's bringing in the number 1 quarterback in the country. I don't want to be his backup or in a quarterback controversy with him. Goes to Wisconsin, storied program, Big Ten, and I think he's going to have a little more flexibility to run this show. He certainly deserves it. This is a guy I think has a chance to be an NFL quarterback, not a first rounder, nothing like that, but somebody who gets paid to play football. I could see it with Billy Edwards. He's got size, he's got a good arm, he's athletic, and he's got experience.